Create an expense tracker in Google Sheets. Good day, folks, and welcome to the channel. I'm going to show you how to use Google Sheets and create an expense tracker. So if you're looking to create an expense tracker that you can use on a day-to-day basis to sum up at the end of a week, and then use that data to sum up at the end of a month, and then of course taking that data and sum it up at the end of a year, so you can see what you're spending your money on and where it is actually going. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can track all of that. So let's jump straight in. The first thing you want to do is open up a new Google Sheet, and up at the top left hand side we can name it. So we can go ahead and go expense tracker, and you can pretty much name it anything you'd like. What we're going to do now is go ahead and we are going to give it a heading. So the first thing over here is going ahead and giving it a heading expense tracker. So now we can go ahead and we can start building our table. The first thing we want to do is we want to get some headings over here. So because we're doing this as an expense tracker for the year of 2023, we're going to have a look at actually tracking our expenses month for month. If you would like to do a month to month and then a day to day or a week to week, you can do so as well. So if you go down at the bottom, there is a sheet 1 over here, and here you can name that 2023. And what you can also do is you can create a new one by tapping the add button at the bottom, and the second one you can now name this month for month. So you can now track all of your expenses on a month-to-month basis, and then you can take all the data from this month-to-month basis and you can actually enter it in on the 2023 expense tracker, so that you're not having to enter all the data at once for an entire year. The next thing you want to do here is we are wanting to have some categories or some columns on the left hand side. So I've put up, just for example purposes, housing, fuel, utilities, medical, leisure, entertainment, equipment, and other. So we're going to go ahead now, and once we've got all of these categories, of course you can add whatever categories you need to add to make sure that this is personalized for yourself. We're going to add in the amounts for all of these categories. So of course for housing you may spend a fixed amount, or it may vary, but for example purposes I've put a fixed amount in there. We also have fuel, which is a variable amount. We also then have utilities, medical, leisure, entertainment, equipment, and then other, which is basically anything that doesn't fall within a category. So if you have stuff that, there's 4 or 5 items that sit in 4 or 5 different categories, and you don't really want to have 4 or 5 categories with one item in each, you can just create an other or a miscellaneous, and you can create one that has basically all of that in there. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you have a total over here at the bottom of your page, and basically this total will facilitate everything that is being spent in January. So the total over here will accumulate over here. Then you want to go ahead and you want to put a total on the right hand side of your expense tracking sheet, and this will accumulate everything that you've spent per category for the entire year, as you can see over here, and the amount will drop in just over there. So then what you're going to go ahead and do is you are going to create these formulas. So you're going to go over to the right hand side. We're going to start over here, and you're going to see that once you select where you want your totals, you're going to go ahead up to the auto sum or the functions, and you are going to now tap on the first one at the top, which is the sum. Now you can see it says equal sum, and here you get to put in your values. So you're going to go ahead and select everything for that category over the year, and you are going to hit enter, and now you can see that it has added up all of the totals over here. And the way I carried on this formula basically is just by tapping on the first cell and the little dot on the bottom right hand side of that cell, you just click down and you drag and it'll carry on that formula. We're going to do the same with the bottom over here, and once you have selected where you want your total to be, you're going to tap on the auto sum or the function key at the top, and You're going to select everything in over here, and you're going to see that you have your totals down at the bottom. Now you can see that you have spent X amount on all of your expenses, all the categories of expenses in January, and so forth. And it goes down and it fluctuates, of course. And if you're having a look down from left to right, you can see that on housing, the total that you spent over there, same as fuel, and so forth as you go down. I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like, and we will see you in another awesome video. Happy expense tracking, people. Goodbye.